Hello students, I am Ghazala Sharik Hassan and this lecture is for class 10th. In our previous lecture, we did our very first chapter from the book A Letter to God, and now we are going to do our very first poem from the book First Flight itself. Now, the name of the poem is Dust of Snow and it has been written by a very famous poet, Robert Frost. It is a small poem which is divided into two stanzas, 4 lines in each. Now let's see its first stanza. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Here it is clear from the stanza that the poem is set on a day of winter season. The snow is falling heavily, and here the poet is standing under a hemlock tree. Now let me tell you the quality of hemlock tree. It is a poisonous tree with small white flowers. This tree is covered with snow because of heavy snowfall. Now there is one crow which is sitting on the branch of the tree. Now before moving further, let me bring two important things into your notice. The first one is the crow. The poet has chosen a crow which is considered as a bad omen. He could have taken any bird in the place of it. For example, a pigeon or a nightingale as they are taken in the poems. Secondly, he has opted hemlock tree, which is a poisonous tree and its flowers give bad aroma. The poet could have taken more beautiful trees such as maple, an oak or a pine tree, but he has intentionally chosen two negative things in the poem to depict the environment negative and gloomy, and to show himself depressed and being in a negative mood and environment. So we were talking, the poet is standing and a crow is sitting on a branch of hemlock tree which is covered by snow, and meanwhile the crow moves on the branch, and the movement of the crow on that branch makes the dust of snow fall on the poet. The way it does, it brings. Now let's see the next stanza of the poem, which is also a last stanza of the poem. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. So as we studied in the previous stanza, the poet was trying to say that as the way the crow shook the branch of the tree and the falling of snowflakes on the body of poet has changed his mood. It makes his heart happy. He felt as if the falling of snowflakes has saved his day. As we know, for reasons unknown, the poet was having a terrible day. Well, hemlock tree and crow are used for negative references, but the poet used them beautifully to portray that inauspicious things can bring joy and happiness too. And by this is what? This is hemlock tree and the crow, which has changed the mood of the poet and has saved him from the further regrets of wasting a day. So we should not have, what do we learn from this poem? We should not have any preoccupied notion for anything, and we should always have a positive aspect towards things or life, even if negative things can give you some hope, some positivity. So this is all about, this poem was all about to have a positive aspects towards the things. Thank you, students. Now let's see the questions based on the poem. What is a dust of snow, and what does the poet say has changed his mood? How has the poet's mood changed? You know, do you know the answer? Yes, of course, if you have gone through the poem, you can answer these questions. What is a dust of snow? Dust of snow is a snowflake, particles of snow. And what does the poet say has changed his mood? The poet says that the negative things, two negative things, the crow and hemlock tree, changed his mood. Or the falling of snow on his body also changes his mood. And how has the poet's mood changed? Poet was in depressed mood initially, and then he becomes happy. So his depressed mood has been changed into a happy mood. Now again, how does Frost present nature in this poem? And the following questions may help you to think of an answer. What are the birds that are usually named in the poems? So try to think over it, just ponder over it, and try to answer these questions on your own. And just ask it out if you find any difficulty in answering these questions. So you better know what are the birds that are usually named in the poems. Birds which are beautiful, for example, parrot, cuckoo, nightingale, pigeon, and a peacock, etc., are taken in poem for making the poem more beautiful. So just go through the questions and just let us know if you are having any difficulty in finding the answers of these questions. But first, try it on your own. Thank you, students.